again, everyone. This is ML Reads back with Chapter 11, Part C of the Elementalists Book 1 by Pixelberry Studios Choices app. If you want to watch any of the other videos in this series, I will link the main playlist in the description. And for everyone else, let's get back into it. So, Chapter 11, Double Double. Continue playing. Okay, so context for this sad-looking Beckett. So Eli just got sucked into the mirror dimension and had to fight off this giant shadow monster, but she survived and now she's back in her dorm. But she has discovered that she has a long-lost identical twin called Atlas that she's like smuggling away in her room. And so she said goodnight to all of her friends because they don't know about the identical twin and what's happened. But Beckett's come back all sad, like, oh, can we talk? I want to have a look at your injuries. And yeah, here we are. So this is a premium choice that I haven't taken yet. And the free choice is it's pretty late, I'll just see you in the morning. And the premium choice is it's pretty late, sure, I could use the help. Okay, what's gonna happen? All right, let's do it. Sure, I could use the help. I know Beckett is a pretty popular lead romance, but yeah, I think I'm going for Griffin, and I don't know if I should have taken this, but hey, we're taking as many premium choices as we can, so let's see. Eli, let's talk out here, okay? You lead him to the couch and sit down next to him. He attempts to smooth out his crumpled blazer and gives a pitiful laugh before sitting down. Beckett, I must look like a complete mess. But I bet it's pretty funny seeing always put together Beckett Harrington off his game. Eli, Beckett, and then the choices are you're a walking disaster or you look just fine. We'll go Beckett, you're a walking disaster. Beckett, gee, thanks. Eli, no, I mean it. I mean, your hair's a total mess, and your blazer, is that a crease? He looks down sharply and lets out a sigh when he realizes you're teasing him. Eli, honestly, you look alright, like you're trying to keep it together. Beckett, and failing miserably. Eli, only at the moment. You reach over and take Beckett's hand in yours. He meets your gaze for just a moment before looking sheepishly away. Eli, I'm actually pretty surprised that you were so concerned, considering how hard you tried to hate me. Beckett, I don't hate you, Eli. I love you. He meets your gaze directly as he says this, squeezing your hand tightly. Beckett, I admit that when I first heard about you, I was jealous. More so when I realized your formal training was quite lacking, and I lashed out. I worked so hard to be the best, and it didn't matter. I thought with you attending, I'd have no chance of being top of the class. Eli, Beckett, I never meant to make you feel that way. Beckett, of course you didn't. You were my first friend here. You took me in when no one else would. This is true. And the thought of something happening to you when I could have stopped it. Eli, what do you mean you could have stopped it? Beckett, I've been practicing some advanced magics. There had to have been some spell, some part of my knowledge that I could have used. But when it came down to it, I just stood there, weak. His hands curl into fists and the bridge of his nose flushes. Eli, Beckett, and she's like, concerned. Eli, I should, and then the options are hug him or give him a pat on the back. We're gonna give him a pat on the back. You reach over and rub his shoulder soothingly. He seems to relax just a little as you do so. Eli, there's nothing wrong with freezing up. It all happened so fast. You would have needed the quickest reflexes on Earth. Beckett, how do you know I don't have them? I am vastly superior to the majority of the world's population. You can't help but laugh at that, and after a second, he laughs too. Eli, and there's the Beckett Harrington I know. You give him one more pat on the shoulder. He looks much better than when he walked in. Eli, you can't put this blame all on yourself. First of all, there's no way you could have known what would happen. And second of all, we were all there. No one else had any idea what to do either. Beckett frowns and sighs. Beckett, still, I said I'd help, so at least let me take a look at you. You stand and do a slow rotation. Eli, see? Totally fine. He gingerly takes your arm, turning it to show a small piece of glass sticking out of the skin near your elbow. Eli, wow, I didn't even know that was there. Beckett, probably because of the adrenaline. It looks like this is the worst of it though, thank goodness. He holds his hand a few inches above the shard of glass and stares at the spot with a look of intense concentration. After a second, his palm begins to glow with a metallic tint, but after a moment more, nothing happens. Beckett, shoot, just give me a second. The glow of his palm begins to flicker in intensity as he tries to hold onto the magic, but still nothing happens. Beckett, come on, Beckett, you worthless. Poor guy. Eli, Beckett. He drops your arm and hisses through his teeth. Beckett, I'm sorry. I've done this spell 1,000,000 times. I just can't. It won't. He trails off and averts his gaze, his hands balling into fists against his knees. Eli, it's okay, really. Don't be so hard on yourself. You can do this. I know you can. And the options are stop trying so hard or think about me. We're going to say just stop trying so hard. That's probably why it's not working. You're stressing yourself out. Just take a deep breath and try to not think about it. Beckett, how do you do spells without thinking about it? And he's like aghast. Eli, you're magic, dummy. It's supposed to come naturally to you. Beckett cracks a smile, shaking his head a little. Eli, there you go. You're starting to relax. Now, take a deep breath and try again. Beckett, fine. He raises his hands again and they tremble slightly. He slowly inhales and as he exhales, his palms glow warmly. Beckett, now we're getting somewhere. He passes his hands down your arms a few inches above your skin. As he does, each piece of glass slips painlessly out of your skin. Beckett, there. You'll have to go to the nurse tomorrow to get a salve for the cuts, but that takes care of the glass at least. Eli, thanks, Doc. So I'm good as new? Beckett, not so fast. Let me double check to make sure. Sometimes the glass can dislodge and shift, and if that happens... Eli, please do not finish that sentence. I don't think I can stomach it. He looks over you carefully, and once he's done, nods to himself. Beckett, all right. I officially give you the all clear. Eli, what a relief. What about you, though? Feeling better? He takes a deep breath in, and when he exhales, he smiles, though it seems a little forced. Beckett, yeah, I think so. He glances at the clock on the mantel, and his eyes go wide. Beckett, oh wow, it's so late. I'm such a dolt. You must be exhausted, and here I am complaining about my feelings. Eli, it's fine, really. After everything that happened today, I'm not sure I would have been able to fall asleep anyway. But if you want to make it up to me, why don't you, and then the options are, tell me how awesome I am, or do all my homework this week, or give me a goodnight kiss. We're going to say, why don't you do all my homework this week? Beckett, no way. How would you learn anything? Eli, haven't you heard? I'm supposed to be the most powerful attuned at this school. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Beckett rolls his eyes, but smirks a little. Beckett, you have to know I would never condone cheating, especially in regards to schoolwork. But if you really need the help... Eli, don't worry, nerd. I won't make you compromise your morals like that. Beckett, oh thank goodness. That's such a relief. I was already sweating. For a moment, the only sound in the room is the soft crackling of the ever-burning fireplace. Beckett, I'll let you get your rest, but I want to tell you that... He looks at you, then up at the ceiling. After a second, he exhales, smiling weakly. Beckett, I'm really happy you're still here. Eli, yeah, me too. You watch him leave before going back to your dorm room. Okay, so before we go on, I do believe that if at this point you're romancing men and you've romanced Beckett a lot more than I have in this playthrough, he will kiss you even without you doing anything, I'm pretty sure. But I guess it didn't give me that option because I wasn't flirting with him all that much. Apart from the times when the game kind of forces you to. Or sometimes I do, I can't remember. Anyway. As you enter the room, Atlas is perched on the edge of your bed. She rolls her eyes. Atlas, don't get too attached. We won't be here long and we don't know who we can trust. Eli, what do you mean? We can trust my friends. They know everything about me. Atlas, correction, they know everything you knew about you. What they don't know is that there's a seriously powerful and seriously dangerous attuned after you. And do you really think that they'll want to know more after that? Eli, but I'm sure they... Atlas, they'll what? Say it's fine? That they're behind you no matter what? Are you really willing to let them get involved? To let them die for you? Oh my goodness, what happened to Atlas? You find yourself at a loss for words. Atlas, what if Rafe has something they want, huh? What if the people you trust so much decide their happiness is better than your safety? Her words come out fiercely, though her eyes are all sadness. When she realizes you haven't responded, she goes quiet. Atlas, I know this is a lot to process. We've lived pretty different lives. Eli, yeah, I still can't believe, and the options are, we're twins, or we're marked for death, or magic is real. Let's go, yeah, I still can't believe magic is real. I've been at Pendergast for a while now, and it still shocks me every day. Atlas, you'll get used to it after a while. You've barely scratched the surface of your power. It was pretty tough, growing up like this. The only thing that got me through it was knowing this was what our parents wanted. Eli, what, for us to live apart and in constant fear? Atlas, no, for us to live, to survive. A silence passes between the two of you as you try to think of something to say. Eli, so, sister, the picture you gave me earlier, the other half, where'd you get it? Atlas, I found it in the wreckage of our childhood home. Eli, wreckage? Atlas, The fire burned it all down, but no one ever demolished the house. It's probably still standing to this day. Eli, a fire? Were our parents? Atlas, I didn't find any bodies in the wreckage. Trust me, I looked. Her lips form a hard line as a dark expression passes over her face. Atlas, we should get some sleep. It's been a long day. She pulls out a round black disc and sticks her arm in. From inside, she pulls out a rolled up sleeping bag and a dirty, singed blanket. And then it's showing you this, this singed blanket? What's that? Atlas, Oh, it's another memento. It's actually one of the few things I can remember from when we were babies. Eli, you actually remember stuff about our parents? Atlas, not a lot, but some. It's kind of hard to think about sometimes. Eli, I wish I knew anything at all, even the sad stuff. Atlas, I could tell you what I do know, if you can handle it. Tutorial. Asking Atlas about your parents will give you an opportunity to bond and learn more about your family. It will also result in another significant item for your collection. Oh, okay, so this is another premium choice, and the options are Atlas, we should get to sleep. So that's the free choice, and then the premium choice is Atlas, I need to know. And of course, we are taking the premium choice. Atlas, I need to know. Eli, I don't think I can wait a second longer. She holds out the blanket for you to inspect. You run your fingers over the fraying material and try to remember anything at all about a life you never knew. Eli, you said you found this? Atlas, yeah. I must have been 8 or 9 at the time. I snuck out and went to see what was left of our parents' home. Rafe burned it to the ground. Eli, wasn't it dangerous to go back there? Atlas, yes. If Rafe had left any traps behind, I could have been caught, but it seems he didn't think we'd be that stupid. And I was a kid, angry about her lot in life. I used to be a lot more reckless. Picking through the burned out mess turned out to be a waste of time for the most part. That blanket and photo was all I found worth keeping. Eli, what was our home like? Atlas, kind of hard to tell, considering all the damage, but it was spacious. There was a swing set out back that was still intact. It makes me sad to think that they had been planning a future for us that they would never get to see. Oh, that is sad. Eli, so our parents are dead then? Atlas, I don't know for sure, but it certainly looks that way. My caretakers said they fell out of contact just after we had been separated. Eli, I wonder, and the options are how they were able to let us go, or in what ways we're similar to them, or if Rafe knows where they are. I wonder in what ways we're similar to them. Atlas, my caretakers always used to tell me when I do something that reminded them of Mum and Dad. It made me feel like I actually knew them. And I clearly got our mum's magical aptitude and problem solving. That gene must have skipped you. Oh, that gene must have missed you. Eli, oh come on, I've got some of that too. What else? Atlas, Dad was apparently good at sports, which you seem to have inherited. And you definitely got Mum's optimism. My caretakers said she never lost hope that we'd all get through this and be a family again. Eli, well, in a way she was right. We're a family now. You look back at Atlas and give her a smile. Eli, you said you remembered this blanket? How is that possible? Atlas, I've been training for a long time, and one of my gifts is the ability to feel things. Sun ats have their prescience, and we moon ats have the ability to sense moods and emotions. That's kind of handy. You can tell if someone's lying, I suppose, or whatever. She reaches out for a corner of the blanket, rubbing it between her thumb and forefinger. Atlas, as soon as I picked this up, I felt the love and comfort of them swaddling me in this. I felt the warmth of being in the crib nestled next to you. Whenever I touch this, I feel safe. Eli, Atlas, and then the options are, I've got your back now, or I think they would have been proud. We'll go, Atlas, I've got your back now. Now that I know about you, there's no way I would let you face any of this alone. Whatever happens, I'm right there with you. Yay, sisters! She lets go of the blanket and flops onto her back, staring up at the ceiling. Atlas, you can keep that. I think I've had it long enough. Maybe you can use your prescience and feel a little closer to them. You clutch the blanket in both of your fists and bring it up to your face. Ooh, and the screen's gone white. You focus on the smell, and as you do, you hear a woman's voice, quiet and far away. Voice. The two of you will never know how precious you really are. Eli, and then she's thinking this, Mum? As you open your eyes, the premonition fades away, but you find yourself more relaxed than before. Ooh. When you look back at Atlas, she's watching you carefully. You give her a weak smile. Eli, thanks for telling me about this and for giving me the blanket. I already feel closer to them. Okay, but prescience is future telling. So did she see a future? Ooh, interesting. Atlas, I'm your sister. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Eli, I feel like sisters normally bite you or pull your hair. Atlas, I suppose I can punch you in the face if that's what you'd like. Eli, nah, I'd rather have heart-to-hearts like this. Aww. Atlas, hopefully not too many of them. I don't think I could stomach that. Eli, don't worry, you'll be used to them in no time. You lean over and place the blanket on your desk for safekeeping. Item acquired. The baby blanket has been added to your desk. Ooh, it's filling up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. 7 out of 10. You settle into bed, but notice that Atlas suddenly looks alert as she stares up at the ceiling. Atlas, there's one other thing. When I was trapped in the mirror dimension, someone else kept coming in and out. I could never get to the open portal in time to escape. Eli, well, who was it? Maybe they've been helping Rafe. Atlas, that was my thinking too. I never got close enough to make them out, but there was one thing I saw clearly. She reaches out and takes your hand where it dangles over the edge of the bed, turning your hand ever so slightly to display. And it's your pen pals bracelet. My bracelet? Like the friendship bracelet? Atlas, only your friends have these, right? Eli, yeah, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Atlas, whoever's been traipsing around the mirror dimension was wearing one just like it. Ooh. Eli, are you implying that one of my friends is working with Rafe? Because they would never do that. Atlas, I know what I saw. I'm not saying anyone's working with that monster. I'm just saying that they're not being truthful. And if they're keeping this from you, then what else could they be hiding? The weight of the silence that follows Atlas's words presses down on you, and you swallow hard. Eli, so what you mean is... Atlas, it seems as though one of your friends isn't as trustworthy as you think. Da, da, da. Chapter 11 complete. Ooh. I love how she can't see who the person was, but she can see their friendship bracelet clearly. Anyway. So, chapter 11 complete. That was a pretty fun chapter. A lot of things happened. We got to hang out with our friends and hang out with Atlas as well. And have to switch between everyone's voices quite a lot. And more monster roars. So yeah, lots in there. I hope you're enjoying these videos and this series and my enthusiastic, very well-intentioned voiceovers. And yeah, I hope that you're enjoying the story as well. I'm having a great time going through it again and getting all of the premium options that I missed. And yeah, I will see you next time for chapter 12. Yeah, and if you are enjoying these videos, please consider giving them a like. It just helps me know that, other people are enjoying this as well. And yeah, either way, I will see you all next time for the next one.